Homework set number 2. In the first problem, we will go back to the list increment task from the previous assignment, and in this time we will make it in place change. This means we will not be creating a new list. So here we have a list of items, we do list increment, it is in place, it's going to change it, we aren't receiving something in return. The list itself will be changed. In a similar way, in the list accumulation version 2, we also will change the task from being returning a new list to in place a change. In the left max task, we would like to, given a list, do as following. For every index I, you will compute the maximum from 0 till I, and then replace myself with the maximum. That's why we call it left max. I am the maximum of myself and all of the items on my left side. For example, thinking here about the 5. What is the left of 5? 1 and 3. So 5 here would be replaced by the maximum of 1, 3, 5. I should be here. 5 should be the maximum between 1, 3 and 5. 7 should be the maximum between 1, 3, 5, 7, which is 7. 4 should be the maximum between 1, 3, 5, 7, 4, which is 7. 2 should be the maximum between 1, 3, 5, 7, 4, 2, which is again 7. The right maximum is the opposite of that. You are going to replace a position I with the maximum of position I and all of the elements on its right side. For example, here, the 4 would be the maximum between 4 and 2. 5 would be the maximum between 5 and 7 and 4 and 2, which is 7, and so on. In this task, we will check if a list is palindrome or not. Remember, a list is palindrome if we can read it from left and right in the same way. For example, if you have something like this list 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, read it from left to right or right to left, it is the same. But something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, left isn't as right. When we typically need to handle a palindrome, we need to remember the even length and odd length. That's why here I'm trying to make sure I'm handling the cases. Because in even length, there is nothing in the middle, just the left completely equal to the right. But in the odd length, there is one in the odd that is just like in the middle between both of them. So develop such a function. Start with, we also know about this function from the string method, but this time we will implement our own function. It will return true if a string starts with a specified prefix string. So develop a function that takes a string as a main, another string as a prefix or a pattern, return true only if the pattern is part of the second one. Also, from testing perspective, as a good software engineer, you should be careful about sometimes the string would be less than the pattern. So here, this string is less than the pattern here. I can hide these test cases, but the purpose is I would like you to learn to think deeper about testing your code. So I need to handle a test case that is empty. I need to handle a test case where the main is the smaller length, where the pattern is empty, and so on. Always think deeper about the test cases. Finally, this is a code that do something. Something 1 and something 2 are two different functions. I would like you, without running the code, to trace them and expect the output of this code. And also tell me what are these functions doing exactly. That's all.